like it or not, my wonderful, cheap Facebook Marketplace door is playing up. So I suspect that there is a bit of water ingress down at the bottom, causing the wood to swell. So I'll have to do something about it. This weekend, it's all about just catching up on a few things. Now that I'm back in contract, I'm having to go here, there and everywhere, and travelling to London, back into work over there. I've got to work here, 9 hours a day. And then I've got to try and do the other things that I used to do as well. So making these videos for you and trying to keep on top of that is proving to be a little bit difficult, and other things have been sort of slipping by the wayside. So today I'm going to do something to address that and start getting these little jobs knocked off and just catch up a bit, you know? I need to get these hinges off then. Up here, middle, and then some down the bottom. And I've just got my impact driver. We'll get that off. Zip those off, and we'll take the door down to the trestles we've got set up there and just trim a bit off the base. There ain't going to be too much. It's only fractional that needs to come off of this one. But this will be, I think this is going to be the third time I've adjusted this door. Well, what I can see is that, see where it's catching on the bottom, which is a good thing. The paint is worn away. What I can also see that there's bubbling going on the front here. Now I'm wondering if there might be some water ingress through these little cracks that's getting under the paint somewhere down here. I don't know. Right, so I think what I'm going to do is flip him over, and I might just get the circular saw, run it across the base, take the bottom off it, so that's all squared up, and then just try and back in. If I take off about 2 mil, that'd probably be enough. Solid door, solid door. Been waiting for Mrs. B to paint it, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I think I'm going to have to get it sorted myself, aren't I? I don't know about you, but I like an easy life, right? And so I've got a few things here just to make this cut a bit more easy. I'm going to use the speed square and use that to take the 90-degree angle from the front edge of the door. And then I'm going to use the spirit level up against that and then clamp it at the right sort of distance to act as a guide that I can then use to run the circular saw against, keeping a nice straight edge all the way through. That way I don't have to worry about following a line and getting all wiggly, and it's almost like a track saw then, which I don't have. It's kind of a DIY track saw. That's the way I'm looking at it. There we go, nice and stable. Right, now one of the complications that this setup brings is that the way this saw cuts is in reverse action, right? So the blade spins round this way. Now the motor sits on the back side of the saw, where actually the largest section of the frame also sits. So this provides the greatest level of stability to be able to rest on. However, because it overhangs at the back, it also is likely to catch on the clips that I've put in place. I don't know how to get around that, so I think what I'm going to have to do is do this in 2 stages. I'm going to have to cut up to the grip, up to the clamp, move the clamp around somehow without moving the bar, and then do the next section. think this is going to do it. I had a bit of a rethink and I decided what I'll do is put some blocks further back and then clamp those in place. That way my saw looks like it will just about traverse down and not foul on the clips. As long as I remember to keep this pushed back, it should be all right. So I think we'll give it a go. Great, much better. Looking along the edge, the base of this door, the base edge, I can't see any sign of any swelling or rotting. It's solid. I mean, let's have a look. So here we go. So I don't know. I'm wondering if it could have been the actual step, but you see the difference. We've got from like nothing all the way up to maybe even 3 mil here, and that's leveled it off square. So now I'll just put some paint on the base of this, keep it sealed, and then we'll try it back in place again. It's more like it. I'm going to paint the rest of the door. I've popped in a piece of wood where the letterbox was and cut it to size. Found a piece that was exactly the same thickness as the door, so that'll save a bit of rework. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just masking up each of the panes of glass to get as clean a edge as I can, using the scraper as my rip mark, and that then creates a reasonably clean edge. And if there's a bit of tidying that needs doing, just run it down with my penknife to create a really nice seam all the way down. So I was quite pleased with the result of the painting. But it's the end of the day, it's getting dark, and I knew that it was going to be raining overnight and possibly in the morning. So I've got to get it back in place. So I pick up the hardwood door, God knows how heavy that was, shoved it on my shoulders and balanced it on my head, and then waddled like a duck towards the studio. All very good and proper until I get to realise that I've got to now tip the bloody thing over on its side to be able to get it through that hole. Now, I'd rehearsed this a couple of times, got it to the point where I thought, I know what I'm going to do, but then realised as I got inside the studio, I've got the hinges the complete wrong way round, and now I'm going to have to spin the painted door on the floor and get paint all over the place. Not clever. Tricky. I'm going to get covered. I am getting covered. I'm going to. Ooh. Okay, it's going to hold him. Wow. That was tricky. Oh man. Oh, I've marked it. I'm going to have to repaint it, and I repaint a bit. Not such a major thing though. Right, let's get the right drill bit on. Okay. Caramba. Okay, wow, problematic. Perfection, which is a bit bloody lucky, really, considering I seem to have got a bit on me. Now, I think I'm going to leave him open, actually, once he dries. I wasn't actually touching on the other far side of the door, but I don't want to risk it. So along with the door, and that's now done and dusted. A couple of other bits and bobs sorted around. There's put in place a bit of a slightly raised bed garden. So put this garden in and planted it up, and I'm amazed how much things are growing. I mean, I kind of, again, it's no mow May for me. So let the grass grow and let the insects come in. And this little veg plot, that's going really well. And then, of course, a little thing that, with the veg plot in mind, the water tanks are still round the side of the house. So to get the water for there, I have to go through a side gate. And so what I've decided to do is I've decided to make it an auto close gravity gate. So I've done a little bit of playing with bits and bobs that I've found in the garage to make it a gravity close gate as well. And yeah, so it's just doing lots of little bits to kind of keep up with stuff. It's just tricky, isn't it? When you've got your day job that you do, and it takes so much of your time, so much of your effort, that sometimes the hobbies get pushed a bit to the side, don't they? And, you know, YouTube for me is a lovely hobby. I love making videos for you, and I love putting them together, editing them. But it is time consuming. It takes a lot of time and effort actually to do all of these. So when I wasn't working, it was easy. I got loads of time to be able to do it. But now I'm back in contract, doing a full-time job, and then trying to do these house jobs and do the video edits as well, which it's odd really, because everything you do when you're doing a video, it takes twice as long. I don't know why. I think it's probably all the setting up the camera and moving things about and getting the right angles and this kind of thing. So it just takes a lot longer to be able to get things done. But that's okay. It just means I have to manage my time a bit better. So there we go. So that's it. That's what we've got going on at the moment. It's great to be back in a contract. I've got to say, I'm lucky. I'm working with some absolutely awesome people. They're a good bunch, and they've got an awesome work ethic, and they're cool as well. Clever people as well, which also always helps. So it's good, and it's good to know that there's going to be some money coming back in again. Because flip me, it's been a year. No, and a lot of that was out of choice. I chose not to go straight back into a contract again, and I wanted to build the studio, get that done. But that got done and dusted, and still there was no new contract. So it was getting a little bit unnerving, the fact it was taking so long. But you know what? That's it. That's changed now. I'm back working, so thankful for small mercies in a way. It's cool. Anyway, there we go. That's it. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, click down there on that subscribe button if you got anything out of this or just enjoyed it for a bit of relaxation for a minute. Do give us a thumbs up, because it really helps out. The channel helps out the algorithm. So, but for now, I'll see you again very soon.